Ooh, a new background image. What could it mean? Find out in episode 41 of the Doofy Doo talk through of Shiren the Wanderer. Alright, we are on floor 21, getting ready to go to floor 22, almost at the end of Bufu's Cave. This has been a purple jelly filled run so far, and hopefully this episode I will make it out with my extra Bufu's cleavers, and I'll probably never have to come back here again in the talk through. I do want to be careful though. I think I'm just going to I guess I could slime this guy. I only have 2 purple slime meats left though. I'll go ahead and use the Mecharoid meat. Mecharoids have double speed, so it's pretty good meat. And if you want to hurry through a level, you can make a bunch of traps until you make a trap door. Oh. One thing you do have to know though is that whatever special abilities you have on your shield or weapons, called another one, they do not carry over when you are a monster. So for example, if I had gold plating on my equipment, you might think, oh, I can attack this slime, no problem, I'll be okay. No, suddenly the slime will be able to rust your weapons because any special abilities you have are not in effect when you are a monster. So that's an important thing to remember. Sometimes I'll have a walrus meld on my shield. Oh, I'm only doing 1 damage to these Wiggy Bells. It's gonna take forever to kill these guys. Sometimes I'll have a walrus meld on my shield and I'll feel really safe, like, oh, no walrus can steal my stuff. And I'll eat some meat and forget that I no longer have that protection, and a walrus will steal a really important item from me. And it'll ruin my entire run. So just remember, when you're running around as a monster, you're a lot more vulnerable. Last episode, I redesigned the Mini Robber family, and that leaves only one family of monsters that does not have any special abilities. That is the Snaky family. And once again, just like Jackie Kennedy, I have decided to leave the level 1 Snaky just as it was. Just kind of a super powerful enemy you discover early on that teaches you the lesson that, hey, you know, some enemies are way stronger than other enemies and I need to watch out. I can't just sort of brute force my way through everything. For the level 2 Snaky, I better be careful here. Well, since I have double speed, the only thing that could really take me out now is maybe another Mecharoid if I was really careless, but I'm going to be pretty careful. When you are... oh, no. That's not good. When you are a trap bot, you behave in a lot of ways as if you're wearing the trap armband, which is an item we'll find later on. So monsters that step on traps will set off the traps, even traps that you did not personally set as a trap bot. So that's another big advantage of this meat. What was I saying? Oh yeah, for the level 2 Snaky, I am going to make a change. Its ability is going to be a random special attack that poisons you. And poisoning is really debilitating in this game because it slows you down. It only slows you down temporarily, and I don't think it's fair that the Sloth, Staff of Sloth, slows down enemies permanently. So I'm going to nerf the Staff of Sloth and the Poison Herb so that it only slows down enemies for a certain number of turns. I don't know how many number of turns it slows down Shiren, but the same number slows down Shiren. Just to be fair, I mean, I don't think it makes sense that you should be able to permanently slow down an enemy. Basically, I'm saying the Staff of Sloth is totally OP, alright? It's not cool that you can use that to basically defeat any enemy, no matter how powerful. But anyway, now that I've nerfed the Staff of Sloth, level 2 Snaky, randomly, not all the time, has an attack that poisons you. I better be careful here. Alright, the level 3 Snaky. Whew. That was a little dangerous. Alright, I seem to be okay. Another Boobus Cleaver, sweet! I'm gonna get out of here with 4 Boobus Cleavers. Level 3 Snaky is going to have double movement but not double attack. So the attack pattern of a level 1 Death Reaper. Again, that makes sense. It's a snake. That's coherent. And finally, the level 4 Snaky is going to poison you with every single attack. So that is incredibly dangerous, especially if you're around other level 4 enemies. To have an enemy with double speed that can slow you down every time it attacks you. I think that's pretty consistent with the idea of a deadly poisonous snake. So there we have it. Those are all of the tweaks I'm going to make to the monsters. The only other changes, as I said, are some changes to the level 4 incarnations of certain families. Kind of like what I did with the dragons. I made the level 4 dragon able to hit you when you're invisible, and I made it undead, so it's an undead dragon. But I'm not going to go into every single one of those because I think I'm getting pretty close to the end of Bufu's Cave here. Yeah, this is sweet. 4 Bufu's Cleavers. I don't know if I've ever beaten Bufu's Cave with 4 Cleavers. There is a way, I think I said this earlier, to get out of Bufu's Cave early with the Cleaver if I really need some more later on, but I can't imagine I would need more than 4 to make it, unless I just lose a ton of good weapons. Alright, on level 23, or floor 23, I am a little bit concerned about the lack of food because I'm running low on purple jelly meat finally. And my fullness is not as high. Oh, and we're running into rice bosses, so I better not completely relax. My fullness is down at 13, I think. Alright, here goes my last... Oh no! No more purple slime meat. I'll just hide for a little while. If you throw a jar of hiding at an enemy, I don't think you can walk around it, even though you can walk over a jar usually. Take out this Mecharoid. And then if you attack the jar, you attack the monster, but I believe it comes out of... Oh my goodness, are you serious? What the hell was that, Doofy? Fruitcake and jelly beans. What kind of meat did you just eat, Doofy? What kind of meat was it? Oh, it was Mecharoid meat. Why did you eat it? Because it has double movement. How did you just eat the meat because it had double movement and then forget that it had double movement? Oh my god. Alright. I guess the silver lining is better that it happened now than deep in Face Wonderfuls. But still, that was... Alright. Oh my goodness. You know what? I said before that, oh my gosh, I can't believe I died to something so dumb. So dumb. Mecharoid has double movement, Doofy. What did you think was gonna happen? Was it gonna set a trap? I can't even find Smith's apprentice to go cry on her shoulder. There she is. Oh my gosh, yeah, great weather. I just died in Bufu's Cave after playing for like 10 episodes. Little girl. You know, I said that Table Mountain was like high school and Bufu's Cave was like college. Sometimes college is rough. Sometimes you don't go to class and you spend all your time playing video games, going to watch movies and going to concerts, hang out with your friends, and you get put on academic probation. So you know where I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go to community college. And by the way, if you did go to community college, I'm not ripping on community college. I went to community college one summer. Teachers were amazing. Classes were great. So I have nothing against community college. But you have to admit, the caliber of students is not quite as great. Hey, perfect. Gaibara has vanished. What is the community college equivalent in Shiren the Wanderer? It is this. It is Scroll Cave. The cave where Gaibara has vanished into. Scroll Cave is the easiest bonus dungeon by far. It is even easier than Table Mountain. It is outrageous, Gaibara. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. This remake does nerf the trap armband, which is the main item in Scroll Cave. And it does add a lot more complicated rules, but it doesn't make it that much more difficult. It's easy in the original, and it's easy once again in this remake. Oh, I can't believe I actually went almost all the way through Bufu's Cave and I died. It's such a bummer. Alright, you can see in Scroll Cave, you start with a rotten trap and a trap armband. Trap armband, oh, bad flashbacks. It's like you've eaten a Mecharoid meat. So monsters will all get affected by traps. You see I'm taking off the trap armband. That is because in this remake, if you have the trap armband equipped, you only get 1 experience from every enemy. Unless they step on a trap or get hit by a trap. So every trap they trigger consecutively adds a multiplier to their experience. If you hold down B and walk over a trap with the trap armband, you will identify the trap so that even if you take off the trap armband, you will know where the trap is. This is a very important skill to develop for the later bonus dungeons. If you want to play this bonus dungeon as it was intended, you should never take off the trap armband, because if you take off the trap armband and just play as usual and just use the trap armband to ID traps, this dungeon is ridiculously easy. That's what I usually do because I'm lazy. Hey, a monster house. You can hear all the enemies stepping on the traps now. I don't have the patience to play this dungeon correctly, so I usually just take off the trap armband, or I throw the traps at the enemy. So you can also throw traps at enemies and it'll have the same effect as if they stepped on it. Also, throwing traps at enemies is the only way to get a trap in a corridor, which makes all the enemies basically have to run over it. If you throw a trap at an enemy in a corridor and it misses, it's just going to fall down. So that's kind of a cheat. There's also a scroll of chains that makes it so that the multiplier never drops on the enemies. There's a lot of nuances, but again, because this dungeon is so easy, just playing without the trap armband on when you defeat an enemy, that's usually what I do. If you can get a rice baby or a rice changer to step on a rice ball trap, it actually levels them up. So that's a pretty easy way to get experience. If you ever find a rice ball trap, you can see throwing a rotten trap at an enemy turns the enemy into a rotten rice ball. Now I can kill a rice boss or rice master if I make one or find one. I'm going to go ahead and ID all the traps in this monster house so I don't step on them. You see there's a rice ball trap down at the bottom. All I have to do is lead a rice baby over that rice ball trap a couple times, and there's one right now. Make myself a rice boss or rice master even. There's one. There are a lot of clever ways you can get the multipliers up really high on enemies. If you find a sloth trap, you can lead them back and forth on it onto another trap. But I like keeping things simple. Throw my rotten rice ball. Oh, I missed this. This could be bad. I might actually die. Wait, duh, I forgot to take off the trap armband. I am so upset right now still about getting killed by that. Oh my gosh. There are basically 3 kinds of deaths in roguelikes. And if you play roguelikes, you know these. There's the yet another annoying death where you die to something ridiculously random and you have no chance to survive. Like, sometimes you'll hit a monster house that's all one type, like a dragon house. And you can run into enemies that are way, way, way higher level than you in those. So let's say I ran into a dragon house on floor 4 in Face Final Puzzle, and I ran into a floor dragon, one of those purple dragons, and it one-hit me. It's just like yet another annoying death. Or you step on a rice ball trap, and a death angel comes out of nowhere, out of the wall, and kills you. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. But there's also a second kind of death, yet another stupid death. And the stupid death is where you die and you could have done something to prevent it. And your goal when you're playing a roguelike is to minimize the number of stupid deaths that you have by not making the same mistake more than once. The sad thing is, I have made that mistake before. I've been killed by a Mecharoid. I said it, I think, in a previous episode, that I sometimes forget that I have double speed. Oh, Doofy, I can't believe you did that. At least I just killed that rice master. And now there is literally no way I can die in this scroll cave. Alright, I'm gonna wait until next episode. Well, hopefully... I don't know what I'm gonna talk about in Scroll Cave, because honestly, I thought I'd be much happier. But we'll see next time on Shiren the Wanderer. Ah, Doofy. Stupidly dead at the finishing line. A trap butt head strikes one last time. Shiren was defeated. The message scrolls up. Fruitcake and jelly beans. This run's totally fundamentally over.
What kind of meat did you just eat, Doofy? What kind of meat was it?